guys, and welcome to my channel. So we have 3 groups here to choose from. Our question today is, why am I feeling blue? What's making me feel blue? It's as simple as that. And we have 3 groups to choose from. We have group 1 with the blue bell. We have group 2 with this cartoon mushroom. And we have group 3 with this blue eraser. So I did this spread for myself this morning, and I managed to learn a lot about my scenario and what is currently, not particularly working for me in my life in terms of what's making me feel so blue. So I thought, maybe I can shed some light on a scenario for someone else. So if you're ready, you know how this works. You can choose your timestamp in the description below, and I will see you there. Hello, if you chose group 1, this is going to be your reading. So you chose a little bell. And let's just put it here where you can see it. And this is going to be a 5-card spread, and I'm going to look at this oracle card later. We're going to get some more oracle cards, but first we're going to get your tarot. So this is a 5-card spread with a question relating to each card as to why you may be feeling blue, So let's see. Our first question is, what is the source? What is the source of the sadness? Let's see here. Spirit, could you give me an answer as to what the source is of group 1 sadness? Okay. So, I see here the source of your sadness is knowing that you need to leave behind what doesn't serve you. And this is often very difficult because we build foundations for ourselves, and when we realize that those things don't serve us and we need to leave those foundations behind, it's extremely difficult. It's like almost deciding to go on a wanderer's journey, if you can say it like that, because you know what you have. Especially with the cups here, it's a lot of, this is maybe limiting beliefs and emotions that you have to leave behind. So I see her with the source of your sadness is having to leave behind things that you knew to be true, and knowing that they're not good for you anymore, and knowing with the moon here that you need to look inside yourself and see why these things aren't working for you. So the source of your sadness is potentially the foundations being shaken here, and you knowing that you can't keep living with the same thought patterns that you're currently inhabiting, and this is a very big step in the right direction, and it's often it can be very unpleasant to acknowledge these things because it's hard work. I'll give you that much. It's hard work to change a belief system. It's hard work to change emotional patterns that have been ingrained in us. Maybe what we think love should look like, what we think admiration should look like, stuff like that. Sorry for the random sounds in the background if you can hear it, but hopefully my mic is canceling most of it out. But yeah, that's what I see. The source of your sadness is definitely having to walk away from things you know don't serve you anymore, okay? And new journeys are scary. It's scary to go on a new journey. It's scary to find new things that you can build foundations on, and this could definitely leave you feeling blue because it can feel like a mountain in front of you. Like, for example, this man has a mountain in front of him. It can feel like a mountain in front of you to start changing these beliefs, but for the longevity of your positive state of mind, it's definitely necessary to go on this journey. And I feel that even though this is maybe putting you in a state of feeling blue, it's definitely going to serve you very well, okay? So our second card is something you have within that can help you get out of this mood. So knowing what challenge you face often puts us in a despondent mood or a blue mood, as we're discussing in this particular reading. So what do you have within that can help you alleviate this feeling of sadness? Okay, that's our question. That's our question. Spirit, what does group 1 have within them that can help them alleviate this sadness? Let's see here. 1 card, please. What does group 1 have within them? Oh. Okay, you have options. You have options, okay? And Seven of Cups is again giving me extreme emotional energy, so there's definitely something emotional that has forced you into the position to consider your options here. So you're walking away to consider your options. It's very straightforward, really. And this gives you the opportunity to build a basis on something new. So as we can see in these cups, some of them contain riches, some of them contain things that aren't particularly inviting, like snakes or this very suspicious looking figure here. The fact of the matter is, when considering our options, we don't know where the options are going to go. But what I'm really getting from this is it's better to consider new options and potentially face new challenges than stay with what you have and be unfulfilled. That's really what I'm getting from this. So a third card we're looking for in this spread is, what do you need to strengthen within to avoid the sadness in the future? So this is future-based energy of how you can help your future self to avoid feeling this again, at least at the depths of what you may be feeling now, you know, at least in a more controlled manner. One card, please. Embrace these changes. Absolutely. This is very straight. It's with the Wheel of Fortune here, I definitely see that embracing these changes, despite the fact that you are a little bit blindfolded by where this is going to go, embrace these changes, because these changes will bring you more fortune than staying where you currently are, you know? And these may be very big life decisions, these may be very big changes you have to go through, but as we said before, this is better than sitting in the stagnant energy, because sitting in that stagnant energy of things you know with the moon, you know that doesn't serve you anymore. Considering your options, even if it doesn't work out the way you wanted it to, or it's a little bit challenging, those things are going to teach you new ways of thinking and new ways of overcoming challenges, you know? With the Wheel of Fortune here, I definitely feel like you embracing these changes will definitely be more beneficial. That is absolutely confirming what we've seen in these two cards. So with our fourth card, we're looking for how to release this sadness. Oh, wow. Okay. I see in releasing this sadness that, sorry guys, I'm just trying to sometimes I get very OCD because the cards have started to bend because I use them so much now. I'm struggling to make them balance. Okay. With the Devil in reverse, I see that letting go of and more things that don't serve you. Maybe with the water energy, or with the cups, maybe you were involved in a relationship, or you had some sort of form of escapism, like smoking or drinking, something to that effect, something that kept you bound to the scenario where you currently were. It could be, with the cups here, I definitely feel like something to do with emotion, a relationship, a friendship, family dynamics, whatever the case may be. Letting go of those things. Again, this is the Wheel of Fortune and the Devil in reverse, definitely confirming breaking free from old habits and change that was not serving you. This message is extremely clear. So if this resonates with you, then I'm very happy for you, because the message cannot be clearer. Okay, and then with our fifth tarot card, we're looking for a way to improve your self-care and connection with yourself. And this will really help, because the better your connection with yourself is, the better you will be able to recognize these things before. So you've got the World in reverse. And this is telling me that you need to let go of fear, okay? Because fear of changes. Again, this reading is really correlating, and you've got 3 major arcana cards here, which is extremely significant. So this is a very powerful message, a simple but very powerful message for you. Oh, sorry guys, I just noticed that you couldn't see all your tarot cards. Let's see if we can get them all in here for you. Oopsie. Okay, so this is definitely telling me there is something here that needs to be released or changed, and this will give you the opportunity to find happiness somewhere else. That's really what this is saying. But the World in reverse is telling me, don't fear the change. Don't fear these changes, because fearing these changes will not be beneficial to you, okay? Because you're trying to make these changes in the first place to get rid of that place in your life where you are that's not currently serving you, you know? So definitely this message is extremely clear with your sadness. You're feeling sad because you're stuck. You're feeling sad because you realize you're unhappy in your life, and the only way that you can change this is by considering other options and embracing changes and embracing the possibility of challenges, you know, because if you don't want to face those challenges, you're going to stay where you are. And if you are currently unhappy or feeling blue, as the reading may suggest, then you will continue to feel that way. And nobody wants to be in a situation where they just have to accept their scenario because that's what it is. No, you have the ability, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. This is telling me you have the ability to change your scenario. And it's going to take a bit of bravery. The world in reverse is really telling me don't fear the changes, don't resist these changes, because they will bring more freedom. The freedom you'll feel with being able to change your life is so much greater than the safety you may feel in staying where you currently are. That's really the message that I'm getting with this. So I didn't want to take the bottom deck energy, but your bottom deck energy is the Tower, and the Tower speaks of building things up from foundations after our beliefs have been shaken, and that's really the message that I've been getting here. This is about a full transformation of self. This is about facing extreme challenges to be able to build your beliefs and self up from the ground, you know, from the ground up. And that's what they're really saying here. And you're going to face challenges, but the freedom you'll feel with being able to build your life up from the ground in the way that you want to live it and you want to build it in things you want to experience. It's an opportunity that we don't get often. So if this is something you feel is necessary, this is really telling you to be mindful of what's happening, be mindful of the way that your life is currently going, because this is a grand opportunity for you to build your beliefs and your personal values and everything from the ground up, which is, as I said, an opportunity not a lot of us get. So, well, I guess we all have that opportunity, but this often doesn't happen unless there's a spark in us and we consider doing this, okay? So let's see what's your Oracle card. We have renewing your life. I mean, let's just be honest, that just explains itself. It says radiant vitality is filling my life. Sorry guys, I just want to move your tarot cards up because we're going to get some Oracle cards and I don't want them to be man, I am really out of sorts here. I'm not at my usual table. Okay, because we're going to get some tarot cards. Yep. Sorry for the camera being skewed, but the angle of the camera and the things aren't really lining up here. That's better. Sorry. Ooh. There we go. There's always one group that has to adjust things. Okay, we have renewing your life. Radiant vitality is filling my life, and I definitely feel like this is a sense of freedom you may start feeling when you start being able to look at these changes and how your life may be renewed by them. Okay, so they're telling me to get another one of these Oracle cards. So let's get another one for you. This is actually extremely beautiful, and I'm so grateful for you guys, because even though these challenges aren't easy, this is definitely something that is going to change your life for the better. So we have cherishing self. I accept and love myself. So with all the Cups card we got before, I feel that there may be a lack of self-love here also that caused you to be in this situation. Maybe a lot of people pleasing, a lot of sacrificing yourself for other people may also have been the energy. This could also be the devil energy, a people pleasing energy that you're wanting to let go of. And you know, something that I'm also feeling here, because I've been through this a lot in my life, is once we've created an expectation, it's very difficult to break free from it. But the Tower here is also really telling me that if you've created an expectation, this is your opportunity to banish that expectation and show people who you really want to be. Show people that you'll help them on your terms, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? So cherishing self, definitely getting self-love there. So we're going to get another Oracle card from our Nature Spirit deck. We're going to see what the Nature Spirits have to say. What advice do they have for you? Even though I've had this deck for a while, I'm still going to read it from the book because I just feel like it articulates it better than I could ever do. So you have Spirit Keeper of the South. Spirit Keeper of the South. Sorry guys. Trying to make it look nice for you to look at because I'm Spirit Keeper of the South. Okay, let's see here. What does the book say about Spirit Keeper of the South? I'm seeing spring. Spring is the energy of renewal. Sunshine. Getting that as well. Very big energy of a sunrise maybe there. Okay, so we have Spirit Keeper of the South. Sorry, just trying to find the page. Ooh, it's page 86. And on page 86, let's see here. Spirit Keeper of the South. Abundance and prosperity in all forms, expansion, surging energy, activity, movement, rapid growth. Be open to receiving the bounty of the universe. This is a great time for medical procedures. Your energy will be at a maximum. Your native spirit wants you to know, in the medicine wheel, the south is this direction that symbolizes the warmth of the noonday sun, summertime, the full moon, and a time of rapid growth. Crops grow with vigor during the summer months. In the human cycle, it also represents the vitality of childhood. This is your time to shine. It's also a time of great bounty in all areas of your life. Open your arms to receive gifts from the universe. If you live in the southern hemisphere and draw this card, read Spirit Keeper of the North instead, for the messages are reversed. So I'm not going to do that because I feel like the message could definitely still relate. I don't really see this on a geographical term. So that's just a suggestion, but I don't see this on a geographical term, so I definitely feel the message still relates. So yeah, definitely new energy coming in for you, and we have seen that with the rest of your reading. So let's get another oracle card here of our nature spirits. Let's get another oracle card here for you from the nature spirit deck. Oh, this one wanted to come out. We have Flowing River, and I'm very excited to see what the description says here, because it feels like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry guys, like I'm trying to make it aesthetically pleasing, but frustrating. Okay, so we have Flowing River. Let's see what Flowing River has for you. I'm also being called to say that in the Spirit Keeper of the South, they mentioned something about childhood, and maybe these are expectations you've created in childhood. Maybe, for example, the people-pleasing energy I mentioned. So this may be an energy you've started developing as a child, and now as an adult you are walking away from this energy, and this is often difficult because people have learned to know you as that person, but that doesn't necessarily mean this is who you want to be anymore, okay? Because your logic and your the way you saw things as a child is obviously completely different, so it's almost like you're in this reinvention energy as an adult, and it's very interesting. So we've got Flowing River. Let's see where we are here. 48, number 48. Okay, let's see here, number 48. Okay, everything is falling into place because you aren't resisting the drift of the great river of life. Seeing with the world, don't resist. It's time to let go. You're entering a period of gracious ease and flow. All is unfolding perfectly and with good timing. When you're in a state of flow, you aren't pushing the river to go faster, and you aren't swimming against it. Let go of the shore and enjoy the ride. Your native spirit wants you to know, rivers have personalities and carry energy, just like you saw with the energy of the Spirit Keeper of the South, just as animals and plants do. From the Maori to the Australian Aborigines and to other native cultures throughout the world, it's believed that it's important to listen to the language of the river. If you aren't feeling the smooth currents of life, it might mean that you're trying to control situations, that you're being self-critical or judgmental. The way to move into flow is through gratitude and appreciation, and by allowing others to support and help you. Heed the Native American saying, it is best to ride the horse to the direction that it's going. This means that when the card Flowing River chooses you, you're being told to let go and go with the flow. If there is something or someone you need to forgive, this is the time. This is also the time to forgive yourself and just let go. I was just about to say, it may be that, like this says, accept and love myself. This maybe means that you are maybe angry or frustrated at yourself for these expectations you've created and where it's gotten you in this life. But this is telling you to forgive yourself, okay? You couldn't have known better than you... then you couldn't have known better at the time. You know, you're a different person now, and that's really what I'm getting from that. So let's get a chakra wisdom card to end your reading. So what advice does the Spirit have for group 1, please, to end their reading? What advice does group 1 have for Spirit to end their reading? We need one card, please. Oops, okay, that card wanted to come out. Let's see. You have first chakra, base chakra, patience. And the base chakra makes a lot of sense with your reading because that's building from the ground up. Your root chakra is your sense of safety. You're basically the base of your person, you know? So it makes a lot of sense that you got this card. It says patience. I observe in nature growth takes time. This is a time for reflection, persistence, and surrender. As things unfold at their own pace, we were talking about the flow. I remain calm and tolerant during any challenging times. So be patient with yourself when you're making these new decisions and going on this new journey. Don't force anything. Go with what feels right because you have the opportunity to do so now. I develop quiet hope and expectations based on trust, both in myself and in a higher power. Okay, so that really wrapped up your reading very nicely. So yeah, I hope this message resonated with who it was necessary, and I'm very grateful for you for joining me. I wish you all the luck on your journey, and I hope to see you here again. Thank you very much, Group 1. Bye-bye. Welcome to your reading. If you chose this cute little mushroom, this is going to be your reading. So we're going to look at your oracle card later, but first we are going to get into your tarot cards. So we're going to pull 5 tarot cards with different messages, and we're going to see why you're feeling so blue and how you can help yourself to see the wisdom in this situation, really. So we're going to look at our first card is the source of your sadness. So let's see here. Spirit, please give me a card to represent the source of Group 2 sadness. Why are they feeling blue? Why are Group 2? Why is Group 2 feeling blue? Spirit, why is Group 2 feeling blue? Why is Group 2 feeling blue? Spirit, can you tell me why is Group... Oh, no, he wanted to go back in. Why is Group 2 feeling blue? Oh, are you a stubborn bunch, aren't you? Group 1 was just open and ready to tell me, and Group 2 is just resisting her. Maybe that is... Okay, anyway. Spirit, can you please give me a card to represent the source of the sadness of Group 2? My goodness, guys. Okay, Group 2... Oh, here we go. He just jumped out. He wanted to be seen. Okay. So, with the source of your sadness, I see a lack of decision. I see a lack of community. I see a lack of companionship here. So you may be feeling quite lonely. You may be feeling quite, you know, on a solo journey here, and that's maybe what's making. Oh, why am I putting the tarot cards away? I'm like, okay, cool, your message is over. I'm just joking. Okay, you may be feeling a lack of commitment, a lack of union. This card in reverse gives me very loneliness energy, really. Okay, so the source of your sadness is definitely feeling something to do with social aloneness. You're lonely, basically. You're looking, maybe you're not even looking, but this is maybe you didn't even know this is why you felt this way. Loneliness can come through in many forms, and maybe it could even have been undistinguishable for you. But to get back to the point, you're feeling a lack of community and a sense of loneliness, a lack of union. That is the source of your sadness. So our second card is something that you have within that can help you get out of this mood, out of this blue energy, like this blue, feeling blue. Something you have within yourself, you know, something you have within yourself that can help you get out of this. Okay, he wanted to be seen, the King of Cups. In reverse, sorry, you got the King of Cups in reverse. And this is telling me that you're doubting the emotional fulfillment that you can give yourself. Okay, so maybe you're being unsupportive towards yourself. Maybe you are breaking yourself down. Maybe you're not being honest towards your emotions. This is definitely giving me the energy that you aren't aware of how you can support yourself emotionally. And that is and the answer to this question of something I have within that can help me get out of this mood is realizing that you are in a position to recognize what's bothering you and to make a change. And you have a lot of emotion inside, but it's like you're choosing not to acknowledge it, which is also maybe why I felt like you weren't recognizing your loneliness. This is really saying that the power that you have within you is to look inside and see that you can recognize these emotions, and in recognizing something we know we have the ability to change it, and that's really what I'm getting here. So your third question is what you need to strengthen to avoid the sadness in the future. What do you need to strengthen within yourself? Okay, Page of Pentacles. I feel that there is a basic, it's almost like the Page of Pentacles is telling me that you may be focusing too much on worldly pleasures. And the reason I'm saying this is because the Page of Pentacles is a youthful, immature energy. It's an energy of not exactly seeing, how do I describe it? It's an energy of focusing, with particularly with this, I'm feeling like you're focusing too much on material things out of a immature perspective. And that's not to say that you are immature, but maybe in your focus on material aspects through wanting to gain maybe power or comfort or abundance, you have let go of your emotional intelligence, and that's why you're feeling lonely, because you've been working too hard on gaining abundance and looking forward as to how you can gain abundance, whereas you started neglecting your emotional, energy in your emotional body. That's what I'm getting here. So what you need to strengthen within is balance. Definitely feeling that you need to strengthen balance. You need to strengthen balance between your emotions and strengthen balance between your wanting of material things. So this is saying you can go for material things, and you can plan where you want abundance in your life, but don't ignore the social and emotional obligations that go with it. A lot of people do this, and this is where a workaholic energy comes from. It's okay to be excited about the future and what you might gain, but this is saying, okay, but focus on your emotional well-being as well. Okay, so our fourth question is, how do you release the sadness and move forward? How do you release the sadness and move forward? Okay, so the Hierophant to me is about, you got the Hierophant in reverse, firstly, and this is really telling me that you may have a belief that you can't focus on abundance and social or emotional obligations at the same time. If you're working, you can focus on friends. If you're focusing on friends, you can focus on work. So this is again giving me the energy of balance. This is saying that there may be a limiting belief that you have that you need to break. The limiting belief of you can either focus on work or you can focus on emotions, and not both at the same time, which is simply not true. It may be more difficult for some than for others, but this is definitely again highlighting to me that you need to focus on the middle path between the two. And the thing is, if you're focusing too much on work or if you're focusing too much on friends, either way it's going to be imbalanced. You need to find the balance between these two, and this is really what I'm getting here. Okay? Because work and abundance gives you a different type of fulfillment than emotional fulfillment does. It's not the same type of feeling. And with the King of Cups in reverse and with the Two of Cups in reverse, you definitely have this imbalance because of your enthusiastic energy toward abundance. You may have been lacking in the emotional side because you have started neglecting it to a certain extent. Okay, so and our fifth question is a way to improve your self-care and connection with yourself. And this is really important, okay? So your fourth question was, how do you release the sadness? You release the sadness by finding balance, by doing both, okay? So this is definitely telling me that breaking these limiting beliefs of it's either work or either social life or emotional fulfillment. It's both, okay? You have to learn to balance both, and this is how you're going to release the sadness, by breaking this limiting belief. You'll find that if you're more emotionally fulfilled, you may be more abundant as well. That might also happen, and that's a feeling I'm getting here. So fifth question, to get back to that, a way to improve your self-care and connection with yourself. So it's very important to have a connection with yourself, because I feel like if you had more of a connection with yourself, you may have been able to recognize this earlier before it became something imbalanced, Because if you're able to recognize things inside yourself, you recognize when they become imbalanced. And there's definitely a little lack of connection to self, lack of connection maybe to a higher power or to a trust in the universe at the very least, which is what caused this imbalance in the first place. So let's see, what self-care can you apply to help you improve your connection with yourself? What self-care can group to apply to confidence in your passions? So, okay. So this is giving me a whole other aspect of the story. So the Queen of Wands represents someone who is fully confident in themselves and who recognizes their limiting beliefs. And this is really like on point with your reading. So this Black Cat represents the Queen of Wands' shadow self, right? And she is not afraid to put her faults, shall we say, or her limits, or her I don't know how to say it, what's the word, things that we find embarrassing about ourselves, faults, it's not particularly faults, our shadow self, like things that we are kind of ashamed of about ourselves. She's not afraid to put that on display. So maybe this Queen of Wands is really telling me you may have been ashamed of some things about yourself, and that's why your connections have become imbalanced. And this is just saying, be true to yourself, be confident in who you are, the good and the bad, and the people you'll attract will accept you either way. The people you'll attract if you are absolutely transparent with who you are, okay, then people will see you for, there won't be any doubt. If someone decides to stay and you show them the truest true self of you, they won't be afraid to stay because they know what they're staying with, because they know what they're accepting, okay? So if you have this workaholic energy or this energy of disassociation with your emotions and you start opening up to that, to new people, and they know this about you and they choose to stay, that's really what this is saying. Stand in your power, stand in your full authentic self. We all have parts of ourselves that we don't like. But if you're going to choose to hide those parts of yourself, you're going to continue to feel unaccepted. This is really what I'm getting here. So be open and authentic about yourself. Be open and authentic about your faults. Be open and authentic about the things about yourself that you don't particularly like. And this is not to say you have to be completely transparent immediately, because that's a difficult thing for people to do. It's a very vulnerable thing to do. But as you can see here, the Queen of Wands has kind of an energy. Also with the wands, it indicates passion. There's lions in the background, which give me also here, which gives a very Leo energy, very energy, spark, fire. This is saying, I am who I am. If you don't like it, you know, that's okay. You know, someone else will. And that's really an acceptance that I'm getting here. There's this fear of maybe not finding someone who accepts you for who you are. But this card is really saying, if you stand in your authentic truth, people who choose to be attracted to you and who choose to stay in your life will be people who accept you 100% for who you are and not for some kind of facade that you've put forward, which actually gives you a much better foot to stand on, because those people will know what they're dealing with. Whereas a lot of other people have this transparency very missing in their lives, and people accept them, and they have a lot of friends, but the people don't really know who they are, and that's really what I'm getting from this. Okay, so a way to practice self-care for you is actually very interesting here, and a way to practice self-care for you is to be transparent, and people who find your transparency interesting or alluring will then come across your path, and this may alleviate your loneliness because they'll accept you for who you are. Okay, beautiful. I took the bottom deck energy for group 1, but I don't feel like it's necessary for you guys. Let's see here. What oracle card did you get? You got flying free. I unfurl my wings and fly. Yes, absolutely. Especially here with this kind of lion with the wings type of thing. I don't know what you call the creature. This is saying that don't be afraid, okay? Be free. Be who you are, and who you attract will be right for you, okay? If you're standing in your authentic power, the people you attract will be right for you, and that I can promise you, okay? So we're going to get another oracle card here for you guys. Let's see here. Another oracle card for a group 2, please. Spirit, can we get another oracle card for group 2? About their message. A message for group 2, please. Another message for... Oops. Okay, we got one. It says, simplifying your life. I cherish the simple pleasures of life. So yes, maybe this is also... like this card isn't saying don't go after abundance, but this is saying take it easy, man. I'm hearing take it easy. I feel like you're maybe putting a lot of pressure on yourself to be successful with this Page of Pentacles. Yes, it's an energy of enthusiasm, not particularly an energy of pleasure, but pressure. But it feels like maybe you want something to show for yourself when you meet new people, and they're saying that's not necessary. Okay, you're already good on your own. And simplifying your life by knowing that you're good on your own, which is really what I'm getting here, is the simple pleasure that you need. You don't have to. There's an air of pretense here, and it's not necessary. This is saying stand in your authentic truth, stand and be your authentic self, because you are good enough. Okay, that's what I'm getting from this. Okay. Whew. And then we're going to take some Nature Spirit cards, and we're going to see what the Nature Spirit has for group 2. Let's see, we need a card for group 2. Nature Spirit card for our lovely group 2s, please. Nature Spirit advice for group 2, please. Oopsie. Sorry, guys. These cards are... I feel like this one that turns sideways one is like, I'm here, I want to be seen. So let's take him. Spirit of Earth. Interesting, we had the Spirit of the South in the previous reading. I feel like, is the other card going to fit in the middle here? You know, I want you to see all your cards. Oh, gosh, you can't see them because they are too low. Sorry, guys, I can't see on my camera most times. Okay, here we go. There we go. So I have Spirit of Earth. Let's see what Spirit of Earth has to tell you. Spirit of Earth is Number 93, 12, which comes down to 3. Number 93. 93. Okay. Spirit of Earth. Prosperity is blossoming in all areas in your life. You're strong and grounded. Who you are is enough. Good Lord, please give me strength. This is exactly what we've been talking about. Just as you are, connect more fully with nature. The Spirit of Earth asks that you tend to your health, detoxify your body, understand how to use your body's physiology. Pay attention to how your body feels and respond accordingly. Create a home for your soul. Have objects in your home that feel good to you every time you see them. Be present. Cherish the here and now. Your native spirit wants you to know the Spirit of Earth represents your physical self and your physical surroundings. It's okay to make plans for the future, but make sure, oh my goodness, but make sure you also embrace and appreciate the present. You're deeply and profoundly loved and supported at all times, no matter what's occurring in your life. Trust that all your needs are being met. Take time to create spaces in your home where you feel absolutely at peace, and this may be simplifying your life with the cleaning and stuff may also have a relation to this message. Take time to create spaces in your home where you're feeling absolutely at peace, and in doing so you create a template for peace in all areas of your life. Feel the solidity and power of the earth beneath you. This is in your core. Just as grass pushes up from the moist ground, you know that fresh new shoots of growth are similarly taking place within you right now. You're grounded, prosperous, and strong. So this is definitely about breaking through limiting beliefs and knowing that you're good enough. We're definitely getting an air of knowing that you're good enough because you are, you know? So we're gonna get another nature spirit card. Oh, that just wanted to. Okay, offerings. We have offerings. Beautiful. I forgot to show you the cards, but I mean, you can see them, so that's all right. Now we have offerings. Offerings. Let's see what offerings can offer you. We have 66, which goes down to 33 also. So let's see, which is again goes to 12 and goes to 3. So 3 may be a significant number for you. Number 66. In page 66, we have offerings. The universe is grateful for you. You are a gift to the world. Again, that energy of knowing you're good enough. Feel gratitude for everything in your life, even the things that don't seem perfect. Maybe your shadow self, maybe the things about yourself that you're not particularly liking. Appreciation for everything flows through you in great bounty. Cherish the preciousness of life and everyone and everything around you, and thus you will be cherished. Your native spirit wants you to know every native culture throughout history has made offerings, often on a daily basis. Offerings were made to the sun, the earth, the plants, we were talking about the earth, and the animals, and to everything in creation. The offerings varied culture to culture, but they were always made with a feeling of extreme appreciation for the bounty of life. Gratitude was the secret to a joy-filled life. True thankfulness can work like modern-day alchemy in your life, yielding happiness and peace beyond imagination. And it's simple. Find what's good and wonderful in every moment, no matter what's happening around you. There's always something to be grateful for. Whatever you appreciate in life will grow. Again, we were talking about the roots shooting up from the earth in the previous card. Sorry guys. So discover what you're thankful for, even the people and situations you found challenging, and watch miracles unfold. Absolutely lovely. So that's definitely a message that I feel relates to you. So we're gonna get Chakra Wisdom card to end off your reading, which has actually been quite interesting. Very, very different from group 1, which interests me because a lot of time the energy is very similar because it's collective. But I feel like in a sense of being blue, it's obviously there are a lot of scenarios that come through. Okay, so this is the card that came out for you. We have 6 chakra, third eye chakra, knowledge. I recognize that a great deal of knowledge and information comes to me in the form of intuition, such as clairvoyance, clairaudience, which is hearing, and hypersensitive feelings. I use my intellect combined with my intuition to delve into circumstances from a philosophical and spiritual viewpoint. I aim to understand the truth behind situations that come my way, and this helps me to respond with wisdom. I cultivate positive beliefs about my life, myself, and others. Very important. So yeah, this is what I got for your reading. I hope it was helpful to you. I wish you all the best of luck, and I'm very, very grateful for you being here and supporting my channel and supporting my work. And I wish you a very, very pleasant day. Thank you very much, Group 2. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Group 3 with the, I said eraser and in the intro, but it's a sharpener, obviously. So if you chose Group 3, then this is going to be your reading. So we're going to look at your oracle card later, but first we're going to get into the tarot because that's just how I do. So yeah, we're going to look at why you're feeling blue. Why are you feeling blue? So every card is going to have a question associated with it. We're going to see if we can get some answers as to why you might be feeling blue. So firstly, we're going to simply look at the source of the sadness. Let's see here. First, can you tell me in Group 3? Okay, we have Judgment. So with Judgment, I see that you may be going through a transformation, and this is causing you to question a lot of things in your life, maybe beliefs you've held for a very long time, and maybe you're extremely confused. Maybe you're very, very confused by what you're going through, and you may be going through a spiritual awakening. But if not, if this is something you've already been through, this just may be a very I'm feeling this is this thing I'm getting. Sorry guys, my words. I'm feeling this. Sometimes it's not a particularly a disgust, but it's almost like a contempt for society, because you may be looking around you and seeing people doing things that you honestly just doesn't sit right with your soul, and you're like, wow, this is making me very uncomfortable to see, and it's uncomfortable to look at all these humans doing these horrible things. That's just one of the energies I'm getting. But with the judgment, I'm definitely feeling like you're being called to look at your life and some of the things in your life that may be causing you distress, and this is always an uncomfortable energy to be in, but it's a very educational energy to be in, if I can say it like that. So yeah, definitely the source of your sadness is questioning beliefs, questioning your life, questioning your friends, questioning your position in your life. It's we're not getting specifics with the judgment card. It's just you feel like there are a lot of questions being asked, and you're being called to a higher purpose here. The judgment card is also about being called to a higher purpose. The judgment card to me is about being called to see the deeper meaning of life. And because you're being called to seeing the deeper meaning of life, this may be very challenging, because often when our eyes open and we do see the deeper meaning of life, a lot of the uglier things about life start becoming more apparent to us. And I guess that's the energy that I was getting previously with the contempt for other humans, you know. So yeah, that's the feeling I'm getting from that card. So the second question is something that you have within that can help you get out of this mood or this energy. So what do you have within that can help you get out of this mood or out of this energy? Let's see here. What do you have within that can help you get out of this mood or this energy? Let's see here. What does group 3 have within that can help me? It can help them. Okay, we got the Hierophant in reverse. We got him in reverse in the previous group as well, even though I shuffled. So just, maybe you're interested in group 2. Maybe there's more going on for you there, and more messages you need to hear there. Anyway, the Hierophant in reverse is really clarifying the judgment card to me, because the Hierophant in reverse is to maybe you're resisting this. You're resisting this change that you need to go through to see a different part of life or a different perspective. Okay, so. Sorry guys, it was heavy static in my brain for a moment there. So this is definitely telling me that there's something here. You're not trusting the process. You're not trusting these new things that you're seeing. You're not trusting this calling to a higher, power. Maybe it's a very heavy energy on my heart. So I feel like maybe this is making you very emotional, seeing these things in a different light, seeing. This may feel like a lot of pressure for you, and you may be resisting doing it, maybe resisting this calling from spirit, or this calling to see life in a different way, because it feels like it might be a lot of work, okay? But the fact of the matter is, even be that as may, maybe it is a lot of work to see things from a different perspective, but expanding our consciousness and expanding knowledge that we have about life and how we live our life is priceless. And this is going to be these type of lessons have a lot of longevity, so it's not something that you should be afraid of. It's not something that you should resist. You shouldn't resist these type of feelings, because this will give you perspectives that maybe or potentially absolutely will enhance your life in the long run. And this is maybe like the mountain in front of you, but once you reach the peak and you see these things from a new perspective, then it'll be easier for you in going down the mountain and going down the path then further, because this lesson has an air of longevity to it, okay? Then in the third question we have, what do I need to strengthen within myself to avoid the sadness in the future? What does group 3 need to strengthen in themselves to avoid the sadness in the future? Let's see here, what does group 3 need to strengthen in themselves to avoid the sadness in the future? What does group 3 need to strengthen themselves to avoid the sadness in the future, Spirit? Oh, we only need one card, and this one wants to come out. So we have the 5 of Swords in reverse, and this is telling me that you need to stop fighting. You need to stop fighting other people's opinions. You need to stop fighting when you're being called to a higher purpose, or when you're being called to a new perspective, this is not about telling you weren't good enough before. This is not Spirit's way of telling you, listen, you weren't good enough before, so I'm telling you to do this now so you can be better. Everyone's good enough on their own, okay? But this is a blessing. This is a opportunity. It's not you being called out saying, yo, you're dumb, let me make you smarter. That's not what it is. Don't feel judged, even though this is the judgment card. This is not speaking about you being judged, okay? To me, this is not speaking about you being judged. This is speaking about you being recognized as a vessel for further enlightenment, further progression. And that shouldn't be fought. You shouldn't fight it. You shouldn't relish in. It's almost like you're like, oh, okay, you think I'm dumb and I need to see things in different ways. Then I won't listen to you, Spirit. I will do my own thing. It's this air of arrogance. Okay, arrogance isn't really the right. It's this air of resistance, almost like an arrogant type of resistance. Like, oh, you're saying I'm not good enough? Well, I'll show you. I'll keep doing what. This is not what Spirit is saying. Spirit is saying, I recognize who you are, but this is your potential, and I want you to step into it. That's legitimately all it's saying, and it's a beautiful energy. So don't resist it. Don't fight it. Don't fight Spirit, because Spirit knows what's best for you, and you need to trust that. Okay, so. Number 4 asks us how to release the sadness and move forward. So we already have one advice there, which is don't resist this calling. Okay. How can you release this sadness and move forward? The Wheel of Fortune. We got the Wheel of Fortune in pile 1 as well. So you've got a reference to pile 1, and you've got a reference to pile. You've got a reference to group 2, and you've got a reference to group 1 as well. So maybe those two might also have messages for you that you need to know. Maybe those two messages are what's bringing about this elevation of thought. So that might be very interesting for you to look at as well. But anyway, the Wheel of Fortune is telling us not to resist change. The wheel is always turning. Life is always changing. So you're being called to change with it. And that is really what they're saying here. And you're being called to change with it, not because you're not good enough, I need to repeat this, but because you have the potential, okay? You have potential to change with life for your own benefit. And this is what you need to know. This is for your own benefit, no one else's, not Spirit's, nobody's, your own, okay? This is an opportunity for you to grow, and it's not an opportunity that you should waste, because being called by Spirit is not particularly rare per se, but it's... You need to be able to recognize. It's just a blessing. I'll say that much. Okay, and then the last question we have is a way to improve your self-care and connection with yourself. So this is also something. Okay, improve self-care and connection with yourself. Let's see here. Improve self-care and connection with yourself. We need one card, please. Improve self-care and connection with yourself. What is... Oh, okay. Oh, sorry guys, the card jumped out so fast I just knocked the whole camera. See, this is also referencing group 2. Even though I shuffled this deck 3 times before I started with this group, you've got another reference for group 2, which really is telling me that you need to look at group 2, because there must be a message for you there as well. It's just that you've got 2 cards from that group, and there's a 5 card spread. I mean, you have to go look at group 2. So the Page of Pentacles is telling me a way to improve your self-care is by being comfortable, by seeing gratitude. I'm getting gratitude from the Page of Pentacles here. I'm getting someone seeing the opportunity, someone seeing opportunities in their own life here. You're getting an opportunity here, and the Page of Pentacles is about going into an opportunity with enthusiasm, a youthful air of enthusiasm and ambition. So this is saying lift your heart up. Have a heart of lightness for this opportunity, because it can only bring you abundance and good fortune, okay? When we're working on ourselves, and when we're uplifting ourselves with new beliefs, with new progression, with new growth, this can only bring good into our lives, and that is what they're saying here. So... Your self-care is also about really just accepting the message that you're getting here, but definitely look at pile 2, because you've got 2 cards from there, even though I shuffled this deck between pile 2 and pile 3 3 times, so they wanted to come out. So they're definitely telling you there may be something you need to hear in group 2. Okay, so we're going to look at your oracle card you got in the beginning. It says, making a difference, my inner light shines far and wide. Okay, so this is about recognizing that you have an inner light. You have a light that can shine far and wide, and don't doubt that. And this is probably why you've been called to this higher purpose, or this higher perspective, or this this introspective journey. Maybe you have potential. This is saying you have potential, and you have an inner light, and it can shine far and wide. So don't doubt yourself. This is what I'm getting from this card. So we're gonna get another oracle card from this deck. Ooh, one didn't flip over, so we're not gonna take them. We need one more card from this deck for group 3, please. One more card from this deck for group 3, please. This one wants to come out. It says giving birth. I'm bringing forth new and dynamic energy into the world. Absolutely. This is absolutely what we've been talking about. This is about taking your beautiful energy and learning new things and trusting your energy and trusting what you're going to give to the world with this change and progression. It's gonna be beautiful, and growth is always beautiful in humans, okay? So now we're going to get the Nature Spirit Oracle, and we're going to see what the Nature Spirit has to say for group 3. Spirit, we need a card for group 3 from our Nature Spirits. What does the Nature Spirit have to say to us today? What is the Nature Spirit? Also, you have to keep in mind here, you got 3 major arcana cards, which is extremely strong energy, so that's also something I felt needed to point it out. Okay, let's see here. We need a Nature Spirit. Oh, okay. Freedom Horse. Strange, I was thinking about this card in pile 2 as well, so definitely referencing to pile 2 again, group 2 again. Okay, so Freedom Horse. It is page 50. Okay. Let your spirit fly. Do not hold back. Break free and express yourself. Flaunt your stuff. Dance, laugh, explore, and go beyond predictable behavior. Get out of the rut. You don't need to fit the mold. Be daring. So maybe this is also making you uncomfortable because you are afraid to step into yourself and to step into what you're feeling and the new feelings that you're exploring. Also a very theme of pile 2. You're definitely getting a lot of messages to go there. Okay. Fling your arms to the heavens in joy. Embrace this experience. Embrace this progression. The horse allowed the natives of the Americas and Mongolia to travel great distances with ease. The horse also carried their supplies, which additionally granted freedom to those ancient peoples. This card shows you to remind you that you aren't here to be ordinary, but to step beyond limitations and self-imposed boundaries. Don't allow yourself to be trapped by convention or the expectation of others. You have the ability to choose your life on your terms. Replace the phrase, I should, with I could. But I choose to not at this time. Perhaps you aren't always free to create the exact circumstances in your life, but you're certainly able to decide what meaning to give those situations. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the time to break free. Absolutely. Spirit is giving you the opportunity to break free from limiting beliefs and from limiting scenarios in your life. And this is the opportunity that you're being given, and you shouldn't be resistant towards it, okay? Oops. Ooh, that's too many. Ooh, I dropped a bunch. And they flipped over, but there's way too many, so I'm going to, sorry guys, just picking them up. Are you seeing my face? I hope not. So yeah, we're gonna get one more card from the Nature Spirit deck for group 3. I'm gonna see what other messages the Native Spirit. I really like this deck. It's beautiful and so profound. Messages are always very helpful. See, one more card for group 2, please, Spirit. Group 3, sorry. See, now I'm even referencing you as group 2. I'm not going to say anything more about that because I think I said what needs to be said about those synchronicities. So we're looking for one more card for group 3, please, from our Nature Spirits. Can our Nature Spirits please give us an indication of a message that group... Ooh, Wounded Healer. Very interesting. I pulled this card for myself last night. The Wounded Healer is all about having gone through adversity and come out stronger and being able to tell people, this is what I went through, so this is why I know how you can help yourself. This is why I know what you should do because I went through this. And you know what? Wounded healers are often the best healers because they have perspective, they have experience, they have the inner knowledge of a scenario to be able to relate to. It's not sympathy, it's empathy. It's being able to go into yourself and see those wounds and look at them and be able to see those wounds in someone else as well and be able to help them through your experience. And it's not always easy or pleasant to look at those wounds and bring them back up to help someone else, but this is about knowing that your experiences can help other people, you know, and this is what they're really saying with that, knowing that your experiences, even though painful, could potentially help others. And maybe this is what your calling is. Maybe this is what they're trying to tell you, that you've gone through these things and now's your time to use this pain to help others, because this is what you're being called to, you know. This may be it. So we've got 4th chakra, heart chakra. Radiate warmth and sincerity. I'm open to sharing, accepting, and communicating and connecting with others as I focus in this moment, not the past or the future. A smile, a kind-hearted way of speaking, or a hug goes a long way towards uplifting others. I offer care and support where I can without rescuing. I nurture and respect my relationships. So yeah, something they need you to know is this is very important. Oh, you guys can see your oracle cards. With the other groups, I moved them upwards, but I forgot. So with radiant warmth and sincerity, there's a difference between uplifting others and rescuing them. You're not here to be anyone's rescuer, okay? People are all on their own journeys, but with the wounded healer card, I definitely feel like you can add a perspective of experience to someone else's journey. Maybe you won't be able to save someone else because their journey is their own, but your perspective may enlighten them to see another way of handling their scenario, or healing their own wounds, okay? So yeah, those are the messages I received for you, group 3, and I really hope they helped. Thank you very much for joining me, and I wish you luck on your journey. I'm very grateful that you visited my channel, and I hope these messages helped you. See you next time, guys. Bye bye.